started or not, because we sold a lot of vouchers. So, and he confirmed it. They just announced they went bankrupt. So basically, a lot of these our customers didn't use these vouchers yet, right? But we already collected money from them. So it was $25 million. We had 15 million HKD that actually people did not use yet. So I had to make the decision right away. It was 11 p.m. So I had to make the decision before the next day in the news, because it was all over the news the next day, right? So I was like, make a decision. I was like, okay, dog. I was like, then I against my PR agency's recommendation, I posted a message on Facebook. I say, Macau Dragon we just realized they went bankrupt, and we're going to fully refund everyone that did not purchase the voucher. I mean, that purchased the vouchers but that did not use the tickets yet. So basically, we gave out $15 million because we paid Macau Dragon already, so we were the biggest creditor. Certainly, at that time wise, I didn't call international, I didn't call Chicago wise, because I knew at that time that was the right thing to do. And later on, our customers appreciated it because they were, wow, I bought something, the merchant went bankrupt. It wasn't actually our fault, and because we're just a platform, so in our contracts, we're not actually liable. We didn't have to do that, but we paid out $15 million HKD to our consumers. So I think it earned a lot of trust in the community, and certainly had negative effects. But when people started talking about it, they said, oh wow, I can actually trust Groupon in this market by buying something that would fully refund us. There was no questions asked, refund.
Ashok, maybe just a sentence.
I have nothing crazy to share. I mean, set the bar too high, man. Nothing.
A quick lesson that I learned just with the capital raising was I was most of 2013. I was trying to raise capital, but we had no website, we had no products, and it was really difficult. But once we actually launched and just got a product out there, and even though the first batch of t-shirts were the best, the website wasn't the best, but we had something to prove, and it was much easier to raise capital once we launched.
Yeah, I guess a really simple thing I learned. I'm generally a very hyperactive person. I like to do like a billion different things. And in a startup, you have to wear a lot of different hats. And I quickly learned that doing like 400 things at one time just means you get nothing done. It's a really simple lesson. It's quite common sense, really. But I figured, when you run a startup, you really, in order to get shit done properly, you just gotta focus on like 3 things like every day, and just like do nothing but that, and don't get distracted by other crap, and that's how you get stuff done. So, yeah.
And I think working on startup is a great step on human revolution, because it can make human beings to live without food. Because we are taking a lot of risk, so we basically don't have salary and we cannot even buy enough food. But I think that is the spirit of entrepreneurs, and they are willing to take the risk to let go of like the short-term income or the things that they actually get into the uncertainty in the near future, but they are trying to get something bigger in the longer term. So I think this is what we learned in this process is we are willing to take the risk, but for something that we actually have the passion on.
Well, for me, it's very simple. I guess not only apply to startup or entrepreneur, it applies to everything. Is don't believe in what others say, but believe in what your hand can do for yourself. Because it's your own ability, your own skill set to prove if it's work or not, and not the other's mouth. Because when I started Google Van, when I talked to 100 drivers, 200 drivers said this idea is not going to work, they are not going to use it. When I talk to the customers, they are not going to use an app or a van. That's just nonsense. And when I talk to my dad, it's not going to work at the same time. So, but like 200% of people, they said no to Google Van at the beginning, very beginning. And then 150% say no, and then 100%, 80%. Now, 100% of them say, it's how the future is going to be. So just believe in what.
So with that, let's have a round of applause for our panelists. So we will now go into a coffee break. So for the next 15 minutes, so feel free to go back to your